एक मिनट.
Do you think only IIT and IIM graduates can?
So let's start, everybody. Okay. Good morning. Let's go ahead. So we are almost finished that our chapter. All right. Okay, everybody. Only last 1 or 2 concepts are remaining now. Okay. Quickly, types of resolution status for an individual: ROR, RNOR, NR. ROR, when does it become ROR? For that, we have what basic conditions, additional conditions. Correct? How many basic conditions? 2. First basic condition, how much? How many number of days in India? Minimum, tell me quickly. All of you. All of you. 182 days, correct. Yes, at least 182 days in India in the current year. Yes, all of you. All right. Next one. Then basic condition number 2, at least 60 days in the current year and 360 but in the last 4 years. Additional condition number 1, at least 2 times in the last 10 years should be resident. And additional condition number 2, at least 730 days he should be in India in the last 7 years. Correct? ROR, at least 1 basic condition and both additional condition. RNOR, at least 1 basic condition and 1 or none of the additional. NR, both basic conditions not satisfied. Clear till here? Then we talk about exception, important or example of exceptions. Okay, which one? Your person leaving India for employment purpose, or person who is of Indian citizen only, who is a member of the crew of a Indian cruise ship. Correct, everybody, as a member of the crew, which are leaving India. For that, what do? We replace that 60 with what, bacho? 182. Yes, for basic condition number 2. And secondly, for person of Indian origin or Indian citizen visiting India. Correct. Again, in that case, we replace 60 days with what, bacho? 182. Right? So as good as there will be no basic condition number 2. Okay. Person of Indian origin means person born before. So that person or parents or grandparents. Okay. That person or parents or grandparents were born in undivided India simply before 1947. Okay. Anywhere. It can be India also. It can be India also. I think we have covered all of this now. Okay, we'll go ahead, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead. What is now remaining? Section 9 interesting? Tell me. Section 9 too much of theory, bacho? Correct, no? 5 and 6 we have covered already. 9 was what, bacho? Income deemed to accrue or arise in India. What all cases you remember? Business connection, then properties in India, or a capital asset was transferred or sold from India. Then a salary received for services given in India. Then salary given to a government employee for rendering services outside India. Correct? Then we had 3 categories: interest, then which one? Royalty and fees for technical services. If paid by non-resident, government of India, or resident, those cases we had seen. Yes, everybody? And there are obviously exceptions. So if it has Indian connection, then definitely we tax them in India. Remember that. We say that it is deemed to accrue or arise from India. Clear? Everybody tell me. Remember, no? And last case was remaining now. All right. Okay, so these cases we have done. Last part. Now pay attention. Income arising outside India. Income arising outside India. Where did you receive it? Outside India. What is the type of income? Pay attention now. Being any sum of money paid without consideration. What do you mean by money paid without consideration? What do you think? Important. What is the meaning of this? Sum of money paid without consideration. Very good, Mansi. It is bacho, always it will be what? Gift only. It will be always what, bacho? Gift. Whenever you say without consideration, we will directly say bacho, it is what? Gift, donation, charity. Okay. So gift is also very simple or a better example. Clear till here? Now pay attention. In income tax, or rather when we had seen the definition of income, lottery, betting, all whatever benefit you get, that is income. So even if you receive, let us say cash rupees 1 lakh or 2 lakh or 10 lakhs or whatever, or a very big, we can say house, property as gift. Okay, even that is an income. Anybody's benefit, any kind of benefit, bacho, is what? You can say income. Clear? Or I gifted some shares, any kind of property, jewelry, etc. to somebody. That is what? Income. Understand? First of all, listen to me properly. First of all, to be taxable, it has to be income or no. Okay, it has to come in the nature of income. So basically, any benefit to anybody is an income. That is in a very simple language. Clear? Now, further, we can check. We have the entire income tax. We have the entire income tax act to check whether it qualifies as taxable or not taxable. What did I say, Bacho? I said two things. First of all, it has to be income. And then secondly, we see whether it's taxable or not taxable. Are you getting my point? Let us say I will give you a very simple example. You get agricultural income, or basically you earn income from agricultural activities. That is income. But we have seen in some cases, especially by section 10, subsection 1, that it is not a taxable income. Are you understanding the difference now, or are you understanding the process? Tejal understood? Indraji? Khushbu got it? Everybody? So first step is what? Income. And then we see it is taxable or not taxable. Isn't it? Yes. So we can't directly always say it is taxable or not. First you have to see it is income or not. Correct, Elia? So in simple case, even in the last lecture I told you, if somebody gives me a loan or I give loan to somebody, is loan income, bacho? Tell me. Is loan or income? What do you think? No, it is not a loan. A loan is not an income. But what if I forgive, or you can say forego that loan? Do you understand? Forego? Sacrifice. I give somebody a loan and I am not taking it back. Now, will that not be, bacho? Yes, now you're getting some point. Now your brain is working. Now, whether that loan will be understood or to be deemed as kind of gift or basically income of the other party. Khushbu understood? These are cases. These are case laws. These are the decisions given by court. That particular transaction has to be understood as what? It is loan, or you can say gift, or what. Okay. So understand these things when we will do some chapter of PGBP, business profession. Again, I will discuss that later on. But just for the sake of example, let us say, bacho, there is a seller. So obviously a buyer. Now pay attention, everybody. Now let us say seller sent the goods. Okay. Generally, it works on credit. You know? Seller, bacho, what? Sent the goods. Goods were sent. But buyer did not pay the money. Buyer did not pay the money. Clear to all of you? So who is obviously going to write it off, or you can say as a bad debt? Whose expenditure is it? What do expenditure means? Whose debit item it is? Seller. Very good. So this is a bad debt for seller. Clear to you? Now see, pay attention. What happens is, if seller has sent the goods, he's obviously going to book the sales. When I say book the sales, do you understand? Book the sales means what? Book. Basically, is going to make an entry in books of account. So sales will be shown. Correct? Your credit side, sales will be shown, bacho. Correct, everybody? Okay. But did he get the actual income? No. So after 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year, whatever, after some time, he will write it off as bad debt. So now it gets adjusted. So basically credit as well as debit. No? This is logical from seller's point of view. Basically, it is a loss for him. Basically, it is what, bacho? Loss for him. From who? For the seller. But shouldn't this part be shown as income for buyer? Because again, he has got some benefit. Clear till here? I can also give you another example or reverse way. Buyer gave advance to seller. seller did not send the goods. Correct? Now check here. Again, it is a loss to one party, so it should be what? Income to another party. Buyer will again book it as a loss, money gone. But now very important, it will be bacho shown as or should be shown as income from seller. Are you getting the point, everybody? Understood? All of you? So basically benefit you get, that is income, isn't it? So even gift is what? Income. We have entire 5 chapters: salaries, house property, PGBP, capital gain, IOS, income from other sources. All this, but what we will be discussing different types of income. Okay, chalo. So income arising, but where? Outside India. As what? What nature? Being a sum of money received without consideration, basically gift, by a resident Indian. By a resident Indian. Okay, where is this person? Who is the person recipient of gift? Resident Indian. Where did he get the gift? Outside India. Okay, to a non-corporate, non-resident or foreign company, but where, but what? Sum, aggregate sum of such sum is but what? More than 50,000 rupees. Basically a gift of more than 50,000 rupees to an Indian, you can say citizen, but received outside India, even that is now become taxable or deemed to accrue or arise in India. Now what used to happen? We had this earlier small discussion of 56(2)(10). I think we have written that in the textbook. It is about gift. Quickly, if at all, I think we had solved one question of that. Somewhere we have mentioned that 56(2)(10) as gift. Okay. Gift is also an income. Here. Okay. But it was received on wedding, that's why it was not taxable. And again, obviously, yes, your amount is also less. Okay, everybody, 20,000. Yes, everybody. Anyways, so it talks about gift. So what happens is, if it is R to R, pay attention, what did I say? R to R and more than 50,000, then it was taxable. Okay, earlier, because it was as per 56(2)(10). That yes, a recipient of, you can say a resident is what? For him, the gift will be taxable. But if it was R to NR, then Bachcho was not getting taxable. So what used to happen? The recipient used to go outside India or become NR, or to make it not taxable, the gift used to be given to the NR. Clear? But now again, because of now, what is again Section 9 doing? Bringing all the income outside India inside India for taxing it as Indian income. Clear till here? So now foreign income will be now understood as Indian income or deemed as Indian income. Okay? Check where are the points given here. Come to page 2.11. Sorry. 2.11. Can you see this point number 7 now? Income in the nature of gift under section 56(2)(10). So there is again a lots of time for that. 56(2)(10). Basically gifts given. Okay. Or I'll say taxable gifts. Income of the nature of gift under section 56(2)(10). So taxable gift. So just now you understood a little bit about 56(2)(10) that what is the upper limit beyond which only the gift will be taxable. Or I can say gift up to how much amount should not be taxable or exempt. Are you getting the point? Tell me. Everybody? Just now we saw, no? How much? Amount wise. 50,000. Very good. 50,000. Very good, Bachu. Yes. Oh, yes, you guys are paying attention. So income which is taxable under 56(2)(10), but arising of any sum of money paid. Any sum of money paid. Or any property. Check. Situated in India. So what kind of examples can you see here? Money, actually, money is paid. Money means not always cash. It is obviously bank transfer also. Okay. Money or money is money. Or any property which is situated in India. They are transferred by a person resident in India to a person outside India. Will be deemed to accrue or arise under section what? 9. Yes, Celia? Deemed to accrue or arise from India. Clear, everybody? if this is bachcho India, okay, pay attention. And I'm just giving another example, okay? This side is India, and then we have an NRI, non-resident Indian. Clear till here? He has a property here. Clear, all of you? We are not discussing that. Okay, everybody? Okay. So NRI, if he sells this property, what used to happen? Then we don't even have to check directly about section 9. Okay. This point was given actually, in fact, in the diagram. Check here. Transfer of capital assets situated in India. This one. Correct? It was taxable or not? Yes, it is taxable. Transfer of capital asset which is situated in India. Right, all of you? Ariha, everybody. So it was taxable for this guy. He directly sold to the buyer. No problem, Leo. It was taxable, bacho. This money was taxable in the hands of NRI because it is clearly an Indian income. We are not discussing that. Understand? There is again a property here, but I'm talking of ROR. Okay, I'm talking about ROR. Now, ROR to ROR. If he sells, understand, ROR to ROR or ROR to somebody, he sells the property in India to an Indian resident. It is but to a capital gain again in the hands of seller. Understanding, Kushbu, Nitin, Tejal, Indrajit, Mansi, tell me all of you quickly. Okay, it was what, bacho? Capital gain in the hands of seller. Clearly taxable, no problem till here. However, instead of selling, instead of what, bacho? Selling, pay attention. If he gifts it, if he what, bacho? Gifts it, it was not taxable. Obviously, it is not taxable in the hands of this transferor. Because it is bacho a gift. Is he getting some benefit out of it? No. Clear, everybody? Okay. However, the same thing now what happens? Instead of ROR, now we are giving this to who, bacho? NR. Yeah? We are giving this to what, bacho? This gift is given to NR. It is gift. Clear? So for NR also, this property which he has received, what will happen now? Is it taxable or not taxable in the hands of recipient? In the hands of recipient? Yes. It is now taxable in the hands of recipient as income deemed to accrue or arise from India. I'm talking of gift. I'm not even talking whether this guy has further sold or no. No. Receipt of gift, in fact, from recipient's point. Okay. Because it is gift. That means, bacho, there is no consideration at all. Okay. That's why it is taxable in the hands of recipient. That how much benefit you got. Understand now? Ultimately, what are we discussing? Always benefit. If the property is worth rupees 1 crore, I'm just giving you an example, and the recipient has paid nothing for it, but he got property of 1 crore. So that is the benefit of 1 crore. Are you getting my point, everybody? So it is a benefit. So again, it is a income. Clear till here? Understood? So any sum of money received or property situated in India, property situated in India. Clear till here? It will be deemed to accrue or rise as per section 9 from India. Clear? What if, bacho, there is one more property, but which is outside India, and again transferred to this NR? That will not be, bacho, that will not be within the scope of section number 9. Yes, still here? So for the property situated in India, over there, bacho, section 9 will be applicable. Which is, if the property is outside India, obviously section 9 is not applicable. Clear till here, all of you? Done? So this gift part is also covered. Okay? Which kind of gift? Money, sum of money received more than 50,000, or a property which is situated in India, transferred to a non-resident, will be income of the non-resident deemed to accrue or rise in India. From ROR to ROR, we'll see in capital gains. Again, it is taxable in the hands of, you can say, resident only. Resident. It will be taxable in the hands of recipient. But for ROR to NR, there was no provision. That's why we have now brought this new, we can say, clause in section 9. Done, bacho? All right. Now, we'll do one more case of basic, this basic condition number 2. Of that exception we have to cover. Okay, everybody? Come to page 2.4. This is the last part of this chapter. Ready? Check this part. We have seen Indian citizen or person of Indian origin. Right? First category we have Indian citizen. Second category we have Indian citizen or person of Indian origin. Okay, this we have covered. Now, if an Indian citizen or person of Indian origin visits India, then we replace virtue 60 with what? 182 days, isn't it? Now check. However, now pay attention. Furthermore, explanation. Such person having total income, understand now, other than income from foreign sources, having total income. What do you mean by total income? I told you, but net taxable income, correct? Other than income from foreign sources. They're saying other than. So we are talking about foreign sources, or we don't want foreign sources. Then which sources do we want? Indian sources. So having total income other than foreign sources, that means which is source? Indian source. Okay. That is income which accrues or arises outside India. That is foreign sources. Okay. Except income from a business controlled from or profession set up in India. Okay. Now pay attention. Income accruing outside India, income received outside India was foreign income. Understand? Pay attention, all of you. Income accruing outside India and received outside India was foreign income. Yes. Clear? But if such income, this special type of foreign income, if it was controlled or set up from India, then we should access in India for especially for RNOR. ROR, as it is, everything is taxable. For RNOR also we should get it taxable. Okay, fine. And which is not deemed to accrue or arise in India. But how much, bacho? Exceeding rupees 15 lakhs. Which is not deemed to accrue or arise in India. Exceeding rupees 15 lakhs during the current year will be treated as resident in India. For that, we have to replace 60 days with just what, bacho? 120 days. Now you understood nothing out of it, okay? Now check here. Here we are going to check something. An Indian citizen or person of Indian origin having taxable India sourced income, okay? They want what, bacho? Other than foreign income or no? Yes. So basically we want Indian income. Okay? You want what, bacho? Indian income. So we're talking of India source income. How much? Not exceeding rupees 15 lakhs. And who, being outside India, comes on a visit to India, will qualify as resident of India only if physically present in India for at least 182 days or more. Pay attention, there are 2-3 things they have given you here. Effective from 1st April 2020, an Indian citizen or POI, person of Indian PIO, person of Indian origin, who, being outside India, comes to visit to India and whose India, now pay attention, India's source income is more than 15 lakhs. Is more than 15 lakhs. There are 2 things going on. Less than 15 lakhs and more than 15 lakhs. Pay attention. If his India income is more than 15 lakhs, then we are taking bacho 120 days. However, if his Indian income is less than 15 lakhs, then we are still bacho replacing it with what? With 182 days. Replacing what, bacho? We are talking of that basic condition number 2 replacement. Pay attention what I'm saying. In basic condition number 2, are we replacing or not replacing? We are replacing. What are we replacing? That 60 days criteria, yes. We should replace that 60 days with what, bacho? 182 days, yes. In which cases? Indian citizen or person of Indian origin coming to visit to India. Tejal, Indrajit, Nitin, Kushbu, tell me once. Understood till here. I'm again just revising the first point. What did I say? Basic condition number 2. We should replace 60 with what? 182. When Indian citizen coming to India. Clear till here? Or person of Indian origin coming to India for visit. Yes, till here? Now we are saying that, pay attention. Instead of 60 to 182, we will replace 60 with 120. Okay? Instead of replacing bacho 60 with 182, we are replacing 60 with 120 only. Okay? So again, it is a harsh thing or more flexible. What do you think? Harsh, you understand? It is a good thing basically or a bad thing for the person of Indian origin or Indian resident coming to visit in India? Good or bad? It is strict or liberal? It is strict or liberal, Bachu? What do you think? It is strict. Why? Because you are reducing the number of days to 120. You are reducing the number of days to 120. What I'm trying to say is pay attention. Pay attention. If a person stays in India in the current year, 130 days. If a person stays in India or comes to visit, whatever, okay, in India, right, everybody, for 130 days, then what we had learned from before, as per that, he was not a resident. Clear or no? Because basic condition number 2 also has been converted into 182 days. Remember that, all of you? But now what we are going to learn as of now, if he stays for 130 days, then what, Bacho? This basic condition number 2 can be applicable. Yes or no now? Understood? Now this is made straight, or you can say tough, only for those who earn from India more than 15 lakhs. Now exactly doing this planning, that what planning? That staying less than 182, staying less than 182, let us say up to 130 days in India. Okay, then these people were still considered as NR, because they are people of Indian origin, Indian citizen, coming to visit to India, but less than 182. Are ha ya na? Okay, everybody. We'll go ahead. So check. So Indian source income, bacho, exceeds 15 lakhs. Person of Indian origin, yes. Visit to India, this much we understand. Okay. Indian citizen or person of Indian origin coming to visit to India. This is your first case of still common here. Now, what is the difference? His Indian taxable income is how much? More than 15 lakhs during the current year. Will qualify as resident of India. He will become R, resident. Yes or no? Only if physically present in India for 120 days or more. That means at least 120 days during that year. Okay. And obviously, 365 days in the last 4 years. Correct, Ilya? Did you understand or know what am I doing? I used to earlier replace 60 with 182. I'll replace 60 with what? 120. Only if what now? Tell me. His Indian income is what, bacho? More than 15 lakhs. Clear? Right, Ilya? And 365 days during the last 4 years. Further, such individual, however, will be qualified as RNOR. If the total stay in India during the relevant tax year is what? 120 days or more, but less than 182. See, first of all, this thing starts at 120 only. You know? But he should be between 120 and 182. Then he becomes what? RNOR. Okay? RNOR. Clear, dealer, all of you? We'll go ahead, all of you, everybody. Check here. Section number 6, rational status. Fine, everybody. Subsection 1 talks about individual. We think is resident. See, ROR or RNOR, but before that it is what? R. First criteria or first condition was resident, na? Yes or no, everybody? Clear? Resident. And then there are again all the three things, 182 days, etc. Or remember that how much? 365 or in the last 4 years, or 60 days in the current year. Remember that this we have all covered. Okay. Then we have some explanation about leaving India. Remember, as a crew of an Indian ship. So instead of that 60 days, we replace it with what? 182 days. Okay, everybody. Okay. Then person of Indian origin or citizen comes to visit to India. What do? Replace what? 60 with what? 182. Yes, everybody. And the citizen or POI, other than income of exceeding 15 lakhs, 60 days bachcho has been replaced with 120 days. Are you getting the point now? Are you able to read bachcho? Tell me. Yes, all of you okay? Okay. We'll go ahead. So just tire mark here for your understanding again. Okay. And again come to, now we have subsection 2. It talks about HUF covered. We have already covered that. 3, company, every other person, AOP, BO, etc. Okay. RNOR you have covered now. RNOR again 2 conditions, 730 days and 2 years he should be resident. Okay. They have given in the reverse way, but that is also already covered. Okay. Now check. RNOR. Okay, everybody, what we are talking about? RNOR. Okay. Point number C, clause C. A citizen of India or person of Indian origin having total income other than foreign income is Indian income. Okay. Exceeding 15 lakhs. Okay, everybody. Who has been in India for more than 120 days, but less than 182 days. So at least 120, but less than 182, he becomes what? And his Indian income is what? Bacho, more than 15 lakhs. He is what? RNOR. Yes, everybody. Ariha, all of you. And last part. This clause D. Check. A citizen of India who is deemed to be resident in India under clause 1A. Clause 1A. Okay. Clause 1A. So again, we'll have to go back in clause 1A over here. That is in subsection 1. Okay. Pay attention. Read this part, bachu. Notwithstanding anything contained in clause 1, you should be able to answer me. There are 2 clauses, 1A and 1. So they are saying notwithstanding anything contained in clause 1. Who will override who? This wording should be very much clear to you. Who will override who? 1A will override 1 or 1 will override 1A? Indrajit? Khushbu? One A will override 1. That is the meaning of notwithstanding. Okay, not standing. So 1A doesn't give standing to 1. 1A doesn't give any standing. Standing, you understand, credit. Ijjat, credit, you can say, okay. So 1A doesn't give any credit to 1. Understood clear? So who is supreme? 1A will be supreme in a way. So notwithstanding anything contained in clause 1. Okay, everybody? This entire clause what we are discussing. So it is basically under clause 1A. Check now. Section 6, subsection 1A. Okay. Section 6, subsection 1A. Again, star mark here. An individual, pay attention now. Being a citizen of India, citizenship is of India. Having total income other than foreign income, that means again Indian income, more than 15 lakhs rupees during the current year, shall be deemed to be resident in India in that current year, if he is not liable to tax in any other country by reason of his domicile means stay or resident, or any other criteria of similar nature. See, people used to evade the taxes. Evade, you understand, means not pay taxes. Or people basically try to shift to such other countries where there is no tax liability at all. Okay? Basically trying to find out loopholes in our tax system. So if a person whose Indian income is more than 15 lakhs rupees, 15, find till here. And if at all he's staying in different countries for very less amount of time, and because of that, since he's staying for a very less amount of time in different countries, let us say he is not taxable in any other country. He is not paying tax but in what? Any other country. There can be anything. There can be country where there is no tax, that we had seen earlier. or because of his stay in such countries, he is not paying tax in that country. Clear now? In that case, what is our section saying? 6(1)(a). 6(1)(a). It will be what? Deemed as resident in India. So if a person bacho doesn't pay taxes in any other country, he will be understood or deemed as what, bacho? Tell me. Everybody? Resident in India. Okay, pay attention. What is 6(1)(a) in short saying? If Indian income is how much, bacho? More than 15 lakhs. Correct? And no tax paid in any country. Paid means payable. Okay. No, I'll use the word payable in any other country. Fine, clear all of you? In any other country. Clear, clear all of you? Will be what, but you tell me? Will be deemed as resident. Clear, clear? Check here. That is what we are seeing. Again, individual citizen of India. Correct here, everybody. Then Indian income was more than 15 lakhs. Deemed to be resident if he is not liable to tax in any other country. Clear, clear? If you want, you can just write down if. For this is for Indian citizen, obviously. We're trying to catch them and tax them in India. That is the purpose. Clear? Because they were evading taxes by settling in such countries where there is no tax, or by shifting, or you can say setting up in different countries for less amount of time. Indian citizen. Come on, write down this quickly if you want. Indian citizen and Indian income above 15 lakhs. Okay. Exceeding 15 lakhs. Exactly at 15 lakhs, no problem. The figure should be crossed. Done? All of you? See, I hope this much you understood. 6 is about resident status. Correct? 1 is for individual. And 1A is also another clause. And that is also for obviously individual. But this special case. It is making it resident or no? Yes. Clearly, all of you? Yes, everybody. Now check and come to 6(6). See, if you read Barrett properly, you will have clarity. Okay. 6(6). Everyone there? 6(6), but it talks about what? Tell me. RNOR. Okay, but it talks about what? RNOR. Is it okay, everybody? All right. And check. What is it saying? If you are a resident as per clause 1A. Understand? 6(1)(a). If this is applicable, then bacho, what happens? You are RNOR or no? Check bacho. Who is an RNOR? A citizen of India who is deemed to be resident in India as per clause 1A. Are you getting the point? Everybody? Yes, all of you? What was 6(1)(a)? Indian citizen having Indian income more than 15 lakh rupees and not paying tax anywhere else in the world. He is resident. That is point number 1. He is resident, so in resident he becomes now automatically RNOR. That is one thing. Not paying tax anywhere else in the world. And secondary now, check now. 6(6)(c) says what? 6(6)(c), Indian citizen, है ना? Or person of Indian origin coming to India to visit, having Indian income more than 15 lakhs, 1.5. Okay, in that case, and staying bacho what? More than 182 days, or you can say at least 120 days, but less than 182. It becomes what, bacho? RNOR. Bouncer, Tejal, tell me. खुशबू, check here. You answer me, बच्चों. Okay. What does Section 6 talks about? Residential status. Correct. Correct, Ilya? 6.1 talks about what? You have textbook in front of you, I hope. Could you received or not? Not yet. Individual. Okay. Okay, Kushbu. And I'm writing a bachcho in bracket resident. Fine, Ilya? Our regular cases. Which regular cases bachcho this has? See, under 6.1a, 182 days. Correct, Ilya? Or current more than 60 days and last 4 years, 365 days. All this we have, no? I'm writing here at least 182. Then at least 60 and 365. Remember this, everybody? Okay. Then again, what do we have? Employment purpose, exception, remember? Or crew member. Everyone okay till here? है ना, everybody? Okay. Then for visit, what used to happen, but tell me, for visit. Now for visit, you will have two cases. Visit, I'm obviously writing person of Indian origin or Indian citizen. Now, if it is exceeding 50 lakhs Indian income, then you replace 60 with what, bacho? 120. To become a resident. Hai ki nahi? Understood earlier? And if Indian income is less than 15 lakhs or up to 15 lakhs, then we should replace 60 with 182. Any problem till here, bacho? We are in individual case. Clause 1 means subsection 1 right now. Okay, till here? Another subsection was introduced. 6.1a. I think you have written this, I hope, no? Tell me. I'm writing here again for your reference. Six 1 A, did you understand, bacho? Tell me quickly. What is 6.1A? Indian citizen? Indian income more than 15 lakhs? Correct? He pays no tax anywhere in the world. That's why we deem him to be resident. Deemed. Deemed. Tell me, 6.1A, does it talk about anything about number of days? Kushbu, understand now. Tejal, Mansi, Nitin. 6.1A talks anything about number of days. So can I have a person who comes to India for 7 days? Or he doesn't come to India for 7 days. He is Indian citizen, however. He has not taken citizenship of any other country. Citizenship and residence are two different things. This we have been clear from first day itself of this chapter. Correct, Ilya? He is Indian citizen. He still has passport, etc. of India. But he is residing somewhere else in some other country. He has sources of India of how much, bacho? More than 50 lakhs. But he is not paying tax anywhere in any other country. Because of any reasons. Domiciles, again you can say origin, because of some laws of those countries. Any reason. Clear, Ilya? So he's not paying tax, bacho, anywhere in any other country. What will happen? He becomes resident. One is also about resident. Now understand, one also talks about resident and one also talks about resident. That's why I told you, when a new clause, new section comes into picture, another addition alphabet is given to it, A, double A, AB. Are you getting my point? So 6.1A was originally not there. After 6.1, you had 6.2. Arey, ha or no? Tell me yes or no. So understand, if this condition is satisfied, we will call him as resident. R, at least I'm going to call it as R. So obviously, once the condition of R is satisfied, R is resident, then we check ROR or RNOR. Remember this much, all of you? Arey, ha, tell me. Clear till here? Okay. 6.2, I'm not going into details, but again, for your understanding, it is what about HUF. So there is nothing new to learn over there. Okay. 6.3, company. Yes, everybody, no problem. 6.4, every other person, I'm writing AOP, BOI, firm, etc. Okay. Right, Ilya? Is there a lag in the video? Anybody else? No lag. Okay. 6.5. Pay attention now. I'm just giving you all the summary of all the along with subsection. 6.5. If a person is a resident in India, clear? We are in subsection 5. Okay. If a person, you are using the word person, not individual, is resident in India. If is individual, we have seen subclause 1 or 1A or HUF बच्चों resident decision in India, company बच्चों poem in India or Indian company. Remember this? So what is subsection 5 saying, telling us? If a person is resident in India in the PY relevant to an AY in respect of any source of income, he shall be deemed to be resident in India in the PY relevant to the AY in respect of each of his source of income. Not a very great again subclause. Basically, if he is resident in the PY, okay, if he is resident in the PY, income of that PY will be taxable. Okay, I mean, as per that source of income means what? Understand? If 22, 23 and 23, 24, Vishnu, good morning. He is R and here is NR. Understand? 22, 23 bachu is R resident and 20, 24 he is NR. But this is actually stupid. Simple example. This is also PY. This is AY for this PY. 2023 is PY. And 2024 is AY for 2023. But this is also a separate PY and then obviously AY. No? In the next year will be that AY. So what are they saying? Even if in AY he becomes some other residential status, will it matter, bacho? No. So we check the year in which income is earned, that residential status. Kushbu understood something? Sunday big class. Break kab lete ho, sir? Vishnu. Second half today's break only. Understand? What did I say? See, when is he going to pay taxes or when is he going to file income tax return? During this year. For which year? For which year? For 22-23. Obviously, after the year is over, na? Yes, tell here all of you. So it doesn't matter if in this year his residential status is changed. He has become NR. Doesn't matter. Even if he files in this year income tax return for 22-23, we are going to consider him as resident only and tax as per whatever law is applicable to resident. Tejal understood. Or today also headache. Nitin, Kushbu, Mansi, Indrajit, any problem with here? All okay? Fine. So again, this is not a very great concept, basically, okay? Check. And now we come to subsection 6. It talks about now R and OR. Okay, 6 bachu talks about what? R and OR. Clear till here? I'm writing in short of 6.5 resident in PY. Then obviously taxable as resident in PY. Okay. That means if in the next year also he changes the residential status, but whichever year he was resident, then obviously for the year we are considering him as resident. That is the concept. Basically, every year he can have change of his residential status. Anyways, let's go ahead, everybody. 6 bachu talks about what? Tell me now. It talks about bacho R and OR. Yes, everybody agree till here? This you know, again they have given in some different language, but we know. What do we know? At least 2 out of 10 years resident. And what bacho? At least 730 days in the 7 years. Yes, till here. That is it in clause number A and B. HUF we have seen for what? If the Karta is RNOR, then HUF is RNOR. If Karta is ROR, then HUF is ROR. Clear till here? This is your A, clause A. Okay? Clause B is bacho HUF. Depending on Karta. Any problem till here? No problem. As it is, it will be kind of revision for the entire chapter. No problem. Fine. Now check. These were not there earlier. We are in RNOR. What is bacho clause C saying? Citizen of India, person of Indian origin. Having total Indian income more than 15 lakh rupees. Okay. As referred to in clause B of explanation 1 to clause 1. Clause 1 in simple language, understand bacho subsection 1. Subsection 1, explanation 1, clause B. Subsection 1, explanation 1, clause B. We are still here. Which person are they talking about? Again, I am repeating, Indian citizen or person of that Indian origin who comes to India for visit, having Indian income more than 15 lakh rupees. Yes, for whose 60 days, we had replaced that with 120 days. Over here, he is resident. But you have to clarify his ROR or RNOR as such. So if he is part of this, he is satisfied this part. Then what does he become, bacho? ROR or RNOR? Clause C of 6.6 says, bacho, he becomes obviously RNOR. Okay? RNOR. We are in 6.6, bacho. Yes or no? Check the notebook again. Okay, this part. Where? This part we discuss. See, this person is resident. This much we know. Yes or no? This person was resident. If he is more than 60 days, that more than 120 days. So this criteria is satisfied now. But this resident is not an answer. You have to look at ROR or RNOR. Okay. So that basically, it is just a linking. It is just a but what? Linking. Understood or no now? Tejal? Or are you leaving this chapter? Tell me. Six one, clause B. Six one, explanation. ठीक है? Pay attention, bachcho. Just try to understand. Whenever you see a person is RNOR, whenever a person is RNOR, or we have this subsection 6.6. To become RNOR, use common sense. First, he should satisfy 6.1 or no. That is resident. Mansi, tell me. Khushbu. All of you answer. Tejal answer. Indrajit. Nitin, to become RNOR. Now you again look at the textbook or notebook. RNOR section is what? 6.6. To come to 6.6, first you have to satisfy 6.1. Yes, everybody. Or now there is one more subsection put 1A, 6.1A. 6.1 and 6.1A talks about resident. Clear? Yes. And 6.6 talks about RNOR, resident but not ordinary resident. Clear? So what is just simply 6.6 saying that, okay, that this person, which person, okay, who is earning more than 15 lakhs rupees in the current year, who is there in India for at least 120 days, but less than 182, okay, everybody, will be understood as what, bacho? Not just resident, but also now RNOR. Clear or no? Okay, everybody. And another clause is there, bacho. Clause D. Check now. Again, it's just saying that if section 6.1A satisfied, if bacho section 6.1A satisfied, what is section 6.1A, bacho? Is he resident or no? Is he deemed as resident? Even bacho, that guy will also be, that person will also be called as RNOR. That is deemed resident, bacho, is what? RNOR. Understood or no? Everybody? Now check here. Look at the diagram. You have to give me this subsection. Resident is bacho. They are talking of individual, right now. Let us focus on individual. Resident was 6.1. Deemed bacho, which one? 6.1A. So deemed resident is by default bacho RNOR. By default, I'm saying by default. Deemed 6.1A is bacho by default what? RNOR. Clear? And in 6.1, that more than 15 lakhs rupees in India, at least 120 days, but less than 182 also becomes RNOR. Okay? Even if that is not understood. Come to page 2.7. Ready? Do you want to write all of this, what I have written as a summary? Tell me. What do you have to do? We'll check the diagram first then. Okay, everybody, let's quickly check the diagram. Okay, I've written already. Okay, could have you written? Anybody else have yet to write that? Fine, let's come here. Okay, pay attention now. Period of stay in India in the current year and residence status, especially obviously for individual. 182 days or more. Yes, this is a basic condition number 1. Any problem with basic condition number 1, bacho? No. Clear, everybody? So if he is resident because of basic condition number 1, we will not go into any other technicalities. We will directly bacho jump into what? Additional conditions. And then as per our regular route, we will check what, bacho? ROR or RNOR, depending on what? Out of last 10 years, 2 years is resident. And in the last what? 7 years, 730 days or no. Remember that? Yes, all of you? Okay. Now, if he's less than 182, then bacho, what do we check? Here, check now, bacho. If he's there, okay, even less than what, bacho? 120 days. Okay, he becomes what? NR. Now, why NR? Okay, now bacho, why NR? We are not discussing. Here we have exception or no? Yes, we are talking of exception to basic condition number 2. Okay, pay attention. And in normal other person I'm talking about, he is there in India for more than 60 days and 365 days. We say what, bacho? Basic condition number 1 satisfied? Yes. So we are discussing right now, bacho, exception. Okay, we're talking about what? Exception. Clear? Where basic condition number 2 itself was, we used to replace it, isn't it? So in basic condition number 2, bacho, we have two options. Now, I'm talking of exception, okay? Exception. When you change that 60 days, okay? 16 to what? 182. Or 16 to what, bacho? 1. These are the two options or no? Yes. So now pay attention. If he is less than 182, then we are going to basic condition number 2. Especially we are talking about exception. Okay. Indian citizen or person of Indian origin coming to India for visit. Clear, everybody? Yes. Now he's less than even 120. He's less than even bacho 120. Then bacho understand na? He becomes NR. This criteria I'm talking about now. There are two options. I will change 16 to 182, or I will change 16 to 120. If I am changing bacho, if I am changing 16 to 182. This was our regular case, normal case till now. What you have learned? Understood or no, bacho? Yes or no? No, normal. As of just before today's lecture, we had done this. That we should replace 60 with 182. So if a person stays for 100 days, what do we used to say? No. Basic condition number 2 also not satisfied. He becomes NR. Yes. Clear, Delia? हाँ, he becomes what bacho? NR. Simple, Delia? Fine. But if the cases are between 120 and less than 182, again, number of days, be careful. The signs are important. At least 120, less than 182. And if he's between this criteria, correct? And if his Indian income is more than 15 lakhs, okay? Income other than foreign income. Okay, everybody? Then is what, bacho? RNOR. Yes, Celia? But again, if he's between 120 to 182, but again, his Indian income is what? Less than, or you can say not exceeding 15 lakhs. He becomes what, bacho? NR. Because what? NR.
सर
बोलो.
सर RNOR में उन्होंने लेस देन 15 लाख लिया है, हमें तो एक्सीडिंग 15 लाख चाहिए ना.
No. Income other than foreign source. Income less than 15 lakhs. No. It is the diagram, then it might be issue. It is RNOR only. No. What you done is right, Mama. RNOR, more than 15 lakhs. Okay. Check the base, na? Check the where it is. Where it is. You want RNOR, na? Check here. Citizen of India, person of Indian origin, having total income other than foreign income means your Indian income exceeding 15 lakhs. Okay. Check again. I'm repeating. Who is in India for at least how much? 120 days or more, but less than 182. Clear? You can make the changes over there if you want in the diagram. Is what? RNOR. Indian citizen or person of Indian origin, income more than. More than 15 lakhs. Okay, write down that. More than 15 lakhs. Fine, everybody? Done, all of you? Okay, Niraj. Come to question number 2. Ready? Brett Lee, an Australian cricket player. Australian it is given, okay? So he's not normally he's not an Indian citizen, and also obviously not person of Indian origin. Brett Lee, an Australian cricket player, visits India for 100 days in every financial year. This has been his practice for the last 10 years. Point number 8. Find out his resident status for the AY 23-24 AY. Would your answer change if the above facts? That we will see that later on. We'll do the first case. Okay, everybody? Question number 2. 2.13. Ready? You there? So determination of, I'm writing again sub question 1. Determination of residential status of Brett Lee for AY 23-24. Right? Previous year, number of days stay in India. I'll just write in 4 years, remaining are same, okay? That is 20-23. How many days? 100. Okay, you're writing 2-3 dots over here. Okay. Final year, all of you. Should we go ahead, all of you? Ready? Okay. Is he Indian citizen or person of Indian origin? So, do we have to check anything about that exception to basic condition number 1? Also, no. Tejal, you there? Teja. Pay attention. So, first one. Basic condition number 1. At least 182 days, satisfied or not satisfied? Not satisfied. Fine. Basic condition number 2. At least 60 days in PY and at least 365 days in last 4 years, in last 4 PY. Satisfied, yes. Since 100 and 400. Is this clear what am I writing? Because 100 in the current year and he's every year is coming for 100 days. So last 4 years 400, which is more than 365. Therefore, Mr. Brett Lee is resident. Clear till here? Now, in very simple terms, I hope you will be able to answer me quickly whether RNOR or ROR. For that, you'll check additional condition number 1 or 2 first. Which one will check first? Which is easier to calculate? We'll check additional condition number 2. Okay. At least what? 730 days in last 7 years. Satisfied or not satisfied? Not satisfied since 700 days in last 7 years. Therefore, he is what? RNOR. Yes or no, all of you? Done till everybody? All right. Next one. We have case B, bachcho. Ready? Find out. Okay, case B. Ready, everybody? So we have not changed anything. This is the basic questions which we should do till now. Right? Where is it? The diagram I wanted. Would our answer change if the above facts relate to Srinath, an Indian citizen who resides in Australia and represents Australian cricket team? Is he an Indian citizen or no? Yes. So now you have to be careful. Okay. For Mr. Srinath. I'm writing in bracket Indian citizen. This is which case, bacho? Are you able to understand this Indian citizen or person of Indian origin coming to visit India? Okay. Correct. It is exception to basic condition number 2. Very good, Indrajit. Correct, Elia? That's what I was telling you, Tejal. You should message where you see my audio and video on. Okay, not on host. Host may be some other account, the other account of iPad actually. Fine, Elia, all of you. Now, have they given you anything about income? Have they given you anything about income? No. Okay. So we can again assume two things. Let us do that also. That is Indian income is more than 15 lakhs or is Indian income is less than 15 lakhs. Ready? Are you getting my point? Achha, normally speaking, but we should replace 60 with what? Normally, we should replace 60 with what? Normally, with 182. Very good. Very good. Very good. Where's the diagram? Now tell me, in the given case, case number B, how many days Bachu is visiting in India? Every year. 100. Will you even check anything of more than or less than 15 lakhs? Do you have to check? Do you have to check whether he's earning or not earning less than 15 lakhs? No. Because to earn or that more than 15 lakhs, etc., only the criteria is between 120 to 182 days. Nitin, understood? See, that first of all, he should be there in India for at least 120 days and up to 182, or you can say up to 181, because 182 is not allowed, because here it is 182 or more. No? So let us say between 120 to 181. Okay. Only if he's between this criteria, then we check more than 15 lakhs or again less than 15 lakhs. Okay, everybody. Tell me here. Tell me here, Bachu. I have made two diagrams here. The person is between 120 to 180 to 182 or up to 181, whatever. Okay. And if in that between that period, his income is more than 15 lakhs. What happens? Come on, Indrajit. Kushbo. Mansi, correct. I'm just asking for this case. A person is between 120 to 182. Clear, Delia? In India. Indian citizen, person of Indian origin. Between 120 to 181 year. Okay. And his Indian income is more than 15 lakhs. What happens? Kushbu, what do you think? Tejal? Arey, I want status, Baba. ROR, RNOR, NR. What am I asking you? What are you answering? When does a person become ROR? When both additional conditions are satisfied. Clear till here? I've been telling you now 3 or 4 times that if it is 6(1)(a), it becomes RNOR. And please, for God's sakes now, I don't believe what he did. If a person is staying more than at least 120 days, less than 182, Indian citizen or person of Indian origin, earning more than 15 lakhs Indian income, is understood as RNOR. Correct. So our answer in these cases will be only 2 things, RNOR or NR. Okay. What is the case, bache here? RNOR. Okay. If he's between 120 and 181, etc., his income is not exceeding 15 lakhs, he becomes what? But basic condition number 1 is not satisfied. Basic condition number 1 is not satisfied. We are in the exception to basic condition number 2. So even if this is not satisfied, he automatically becomes NR. Fine. Is it okay till here? Therefore, please pay attention. Please pay attention now. If a person is staying in India for less than 120 days, you will not even check what is his income. What is the answer of this, Mansi? Tejal? NR. Clear? And what about Bacho? Let me just ask you some questions more. What about more than 182? Let me check. Mansi, any answer you have? Tell me for at least 182. What will happen? See, for at least 182, please understand. Basic condition number 1 satisfied. Why will you check basic condition number 2 then? You will simply say the answer is R. Okay, till here? Okay. And whether it's ROR or RNOR, that depends on additional conditions. See, as soon as the person touches 182, basic condition number 1 is satisfied, bacho. Mansi, Khushbu, as soon as a person touches 182 days in a year, basic condition number 1 is satisfied. Why will you check basic condition number 2? Does it make any sense or relevance, importance? No. Because even if one basic condition is satisfied, we say resident or no, but so then whether it's ROR or RNOR, now that depends on additional conditions. When the person is less than 182 days in India, basic condition number 1 is gone. Correct? So we are dependent on basic condition number 2. And these people have complicated basic condition number 2. Clear till here? Now in basic condition number 2, bacho, we are obviously dealing with here less than 182 days. And now here we have only 2 answers. NR or RNOR. Clear till all of you? Yes, everybody? Yes or no? Again, that depending on us, more than or less than 15 lakhs. Clear all of you? And now here, this is common. I'm talking for whom? I'll make one more table here actually. Box. Otherwise, you'll again get confused. You are always confused today. I know that. Okay. This I'm talking mainly for whom, bacho? Which case I'm talking about? Indian citizen. Person of Indian origin. Visit to India. Clear? So write on this table. Even they should help you. Done, Delia? Palsi, done. Okay. Tell me. The question which we are doing of Srinath, person of Indian origin, Indian citizen, person of Indian origin, whatever, comes to visit 100 days. Okay. Pay attention. Use very simple, basic common sense. He comes to India every year, 100 days, Indian citizen now. Basic condition number one, no doubt, it is absolutely not satisfied. Basic condition number two, what we should do? Replace 60 with 182. Hey, Kenny, everybody. Now, even that is not satisfied. But we check now. No. We check his Indian income also. Okay. We check his what Indian income also. Okay, Delia. But is he even coming in that 120 days criteria where I have to check less than or more than 15 lakhs? As soon as Bachut is less than 120 days, your tension is over. You will not even have to check whether his income is more or less than 15 lakhs. Clear? He is NR. Yes, okay. Okay, everybody. So right now. Point number one. Basic condition number one, bacho, not satisfied. Clear, Delia? Of what? 182 days, obviously. Since his stay every year is less than 120 days. Clear, Delia? So he's not satisfied that 120 days criteria also, no. Okay. He is NR and we need not check. And we need not check his Indian income is more or less than, need not check up, or less than rupees 15 lakhs. Fine till here? Okay till here? Then little bit. Khushbu? Okay. Tejal? So we don't even have to check whether his income is more than or less than 15 lakhs in the current year. And there is case C, Bachu. Okay. What would be our answer if he had visited India for 120 days instead of 100 days every year, including the current year 22-23? So instead of 100, he is now 120. Clear till here? Every year. Case number 1. Again, I'm not writing all the name, but obviously you know now, but what? Basic condition number 1. Is it satisfied? Not satisfied? Not satisfied. Okay? Not satisfied. Not satisfied. Clear till here? Second, basic condition number 2. Basic condition number 2. No, Indrajit. The answer depends on what? More than 15 lakhs or less than 15 lakhs. They have not given you. So here you will have to assume. Okay. Basic condition number 2. Since his stay is between, see, you have to basically be careful between 120 and 181. Between 120 days and less than 182 days. Now what will happen, Bachu? Now you have 2 answers. If his all cases satisfied, Indian citizen satisfied, comes to visit to India satisfied, it is between 120 and 182 satisfied. Now what will you check? More than 15 lakhs income, RNOR, less than 15 lakhs income, 15 lakhs income, NR. Is this clear? Otherwise, I'm leaving teaching. Okay. If his Indian income exceeds, okay, exceeds, not at least, exceeds rupees 15 lakhs, is RNOR, bacho, directly. Okay, we don't even have to check any other conditions. Full stop. If his Indian income does not exceed rupees 15 lakhs, he is NR. Clear till all of you? This case, see, he's satisfying this case, but since his income is less than 15 lakhs, if, okay, or not doesn't exceed 15 lakhs, he will be treated as NR. Clear till here? Good. Okay, all of you? And last part, 8th one. Ready? 8th. Miss Vivitha paid a sum of $5,000 to Mr. Kulasekara, a management consultant practicing in Colombo. Colombo, bachu, where? Sri Lanka. Specializing in a project financing. This work, it is his, what you can say, expertise. Miss Vivitha paid him what? $5,000. Okay. The payment was made in Colombo, so amount was obviously directly sent to Colombo. Any problem till here? Received in Colombo, that is received outside India. Now, Vivita Bachu can be Indian or non-Indian, resident or non-resident. Okay, that is another case. Now check. What are they saying? Mr. Kulasekara is NR given to us. So basically payment is done to NR. Okay. The consultancy, what the Mr. Kulasekara is giving is related to a project in India with a possible Ceylonese collaboration. Ceylonese means earlier name of Sri Lanka was Ceylon. Ceylon. So that's basically Sri Lankan collaboration. But where is the project, Bachu? In India. Is this payment chargeable to tax in the hands of chargeable to tax in India, in the hands of Kulasekara? So the services were used in India. What do you think, Bachu? And you have to give me justification also, but very good, Indrajit. Good, good, good. Very good. Nice. Now, Vivita can be Indian or non-resident. Okay, so resident or non-resident. Fine, Vivita. She's paying $5,000 US, they are saying. Fine. Anyway, so I'm taking both the assumption right now. Fine. For the sake of clarity. But what is common? The recipient, the payee is NR. This much we know. In both the cases, but what is happening also? What amount of payment is given? What nature of payment is done? FTS. How I understood this? Fees for technical services, because I gave you the definition of FTS. This consultancy also comes into picture, Bacho. Correct, Delia? Acha. Now, again, if you go back to Bacho, what? Pay attention. And this much you understood earlier? So, resident to non-resident or NR to NR. Clear, Delia? If the payment is of FTS, it will be deemed to accrue or arise in India if services utilized. I'm writing obviously simple language. Utilized in India. Right or wrong? For any business to be done in India. Clear, Delia? Understand? If it was NR to NR, it has Indian connection, then taxable, obviously in India. If it was resident to non-resident, okay. If the project is about outside India, then only they were not taxable. But since the project is of India or for India, it will be taxable in India. Clear, all of you? This is which section, Bacho? Obviously, section 9. Section 9. Where it is this part. FTS. Paid by NR. If Vivita is NR, then it is for the purpose of business of in India, taxable. If again FTS but paid by resident, this case, then again exception is which one? Only the project belongs outside India, but the project is in India, so it is taxable in India. Clear, Delia? Tell me, taxable or not taxable? 9.1. Taxable in India. It is deemed to accrue or arise in India. So Kulasekara's income will be an Indian income. Even if he's NR, so obviously for NR, Indian income is taxable. Clear, Delia? What will you do? This answer you will write in your notebook as homework, but you will copy the answer from ICAI study material. Clear, Delia? And do it immediately after the lecture is over. Have you understood or no? Okay, this question is there. Obviously, most of our questions, obviously, I say study material, everything I've covered. Apart from that, I gave extra questions. I give extra questions. Okay. So today's homework is you have to finish this chapter from ICS study material, read everything. But before you start today, immediately, without taking a break, you will finish writing from your ICS study material. Clear, Delia? I hope reasoning you understood. You have to give what, Bacho? Section 9.1. You have to talk about FTS, what is fees for technical services. And then, yes, it is deemed to accrue or arise in India. So it will be taxable in India. Clear? Again, revise this lecture if you want. Anything else you need? Do you want a diagram? One more diagram do you need? I was thinking you need a diagram or not. You want one more diagram? I'll give you one more diagram. Let us check if this will be helpful. Okay, I'll give you one more diagram to write down. So this will be for homework. Okay. Okay, everybody. You will write with me, obviously, and you will also answer before I go ahead. Ready? I'm writing on which page now? Obviously, individual. Individual. Okay. Stay in India. The signs you understand? At least 182. We'll go one by one. Okay. Obviously, we're drawing a diagram. So keep some space on left hand side. If the answer is yes. Basic condition number 1 satisfied? Tell me. Please type also. Okay. You can unmute also if you want. It will be easier for and faster for us. Okay. Done till here? Yes. Basic condition number 1 satisfied. Will we check basic condition number 2? Do we need to check, Bacho? No. So if our final answer is ROR or RNOR, what will we check now? If for this person, our final answer is ROR or RNOR, what will we check? Then yes. So I'm writing, Bacho, whether both additional conditions satisfied. Both, purposely we're using the word both. Again, obviously, we have two answers here. Whether yes or no. Simple. If yes, written answer. Take him. Khushbu. If no, either one or none. RNOR. Clear till here? Fine. Then we go to the another case. Ready? So no, he is not there whatsoever. Ouch. Which one, Bacho? Not more than 182 days. Now here we check whether Indian citizen or PI, because all these things are for Indian citizen or PI only, no? Correct? Or person of Indian origin. Clear to all of you? Will we, if the answer is no, okay, everybody? If the answer is Bacho, no, okay, everybody? Then what cases I have to check? If the answer is no, what will you check? Basic condition number 2, you will check or not check? Normally. Mansi, Khushbu, Tejal, Nitin, Indrajit. What about Bradley, Bachu, that example we did? Understand, we are doing revision of entire chapter now. In one single table we want. Okay, fine. If a person is not more than 182 days in India and is not an Indian citizen or PIO, what is the answer? ROR, RNOR or NR? For Bradley example, what did he do? Since he was in India for 100 days every year, basic condition number 1 not satisfied. Correct? So did you check or not check basic condition number 2? Bradley is male, Indrajit, not female. Again, I'm repeating. If a person is not an Indian citizen or PIO, will we give him status of ROR or RNOR or no? We have to still give the answer of ROR or RNOR. For that, we will not amend or we will not change basic condition number 2. We will use it as it is. That is, how many days? 60 and 365 days is there? No. Our regular cases was always there. Are you getting the point? Why will we change it? We will keep it as it is. Are we amending 60 to 182, 60 to 120? No. That was for yes category. If they are Indian citizen, person of Indian origin coming to visit to India, then you change 60 to 120 or 60 to 182. If they are not person of Indian origin or Indian citizen, then we keep it regular, normal, 60 and 65. Understood? So if no, pay attention. So again, I'll check here. At least 60 in PY and at least 365 in what? Last 4 PY. Clear? Okay. Again, all the questions about yes and no wala case. Correct? Is this getting complicated or simpler? What do you think? This at least diagram? Okay, good. At least it is revision of entire chapter, at least for an individual. All right. If yes, correct? And if no. Give me first answer for, okay, pay attention. Where in which category? Basic condition number 1, fail. Indian citizen or PIO? No. So we will check basic condition number 2. Basic condition number 2 also fail. Give me answer. Khushbu, Tejal. Nitin. Basic condition number 1 fail. Basic condition number 2 fail. NR. Clear till here? Again, let's come back to the yes category now. Basic condition number 1 fail. He is not a person of Indian origin or citizen of India, of PIO. That's why we check basic condition number 2. Basic condition number 2 pass. There is no direct answer now. Resident. Very good, Mansi. Resident. Fine. And again, I'll go one more step ahead. Very good, Indrajit. Yes, you have given the correct answer now. Perfect answer. You'll have to check now additional conditions. Very good, guys. Good. Very good. So again, whether both additional conditions satisfy. Yes, Mansi, even your answer was resident. But again, I am going to all the final answers, ROR and RNOR. Whether both, again, you have 2 options, na, bachcho? Yes or no. Okay. When I ask a question, there has to be 2 options, at least. Is it understood here? Khushbu okay till here? Okay. If both satisfied, give me answer. I think I have to write here yes, no, but yes and no. Very good, guys. Very good. Nice. But if both or one or none of the additional satisfied, then the person becomes RNO. Clear? This is what our entire chapter we had done till now. The problem created by these guys. Okay, this criteria basically. Okay. Basically, problem by Madam, only Madam G. Remember Madam G, now you understand Madam G? I told you, remember her mother, everybody. Anyways, let's go back here. Okay. For all of you. Now I can basic condition of not satisfied. Now here we are going to put the category of which one? He is a person of Indian origin or Indian citizen or not. If he is yes. Now again I can do very simple case. I can check 2 things. Less than 15 lakhs. Okay. Current year or more than 15 lakhs. Or either way also around I can do that. What bacho? Is it between 120 and 182? Both cases. Both the answers I'm going to get in similar stages. Now tell me, if less than 15 lakhs, Answer is NR. That is one way of looking at it, or one of the options. If number of days stays less than 120, answer is NR. Clear till here? Or हाँ या ना? All of you okay till here? Now pay attention. At least 120 in PY, and see, it doesn't matter of last 5 years, but we keep it. At least 365 in last 4 PY, because we replace 60 with 120, no? Okay. Fine till here? Chalo. If the answer is no, NR. If the answer is yes, what will you write down? Very good, Indrajit. Very good, very good, very good. Exceeds 15 lakhs. No. Sorry. No, I said no. Whether it exceed, if it doesn't exceed, what do you want, left or right, whatever you want. Okay. If it is more than 15 lakhs, chalo, theek hai. R NOR. If it is less than 15 lakhs, NR. Oof. Tell me. Until here? Great. I'll copy, no problem. Done, everybody? Okay now? Nitin, little better now? Khushbu? Domestic and Indian company. Domestic includes Indian company as well as that company, no? Which company? Which has your arrangement done for payment of dividend in India? Indian company means what? Which is registered in India as per Companies Act of India. Correct? So domestic as that is given in first chapter, chapter number 1. Yeah? All right, what's your Tell me all of you okay till here? Tell me. So this chapter is over. You will finish writing an answer from study material. You will read it. Okay, all of you, and finish it off. From ICAS study material, the same question is there. You can go through it and write down the answer in the notebook. Okay. All right. Fine. That's it for today. One minute.